Welcome, welcome to Make Money Monday. Becky Lander here, CEO and co-founder of Modern Direct Seller. Really excited to be here with you live this morning. Looks like we're live over on Instagram. So hello to all of you over there. We should be over on YouTube and LinkedIn. And we are also live on Facebook. So since we're over on Facebook, I am going to pop right over to our business page and share this video with our groups. So as you're joining in, say hello. Let me know who is here joining us today. I am here in San Diego, but I've spent the last week in all kinds of different places, which has been super, super fun, but a little bit of a whirlwind. I had so much fun hanging out with one of my best friends in the world in Las Vegas with Jeremy and then her husband. We had so much fun last week, early in the week. And then later in the week, I flew out to St. Louis and hung out with our friends over at J Bloom, which is just so much fun. I love working with them. We're working on planning their leadership conference. Their coaches were there. Of course, their whole home office team got all kinds of new cute jewelry. So that's always a perk. Had a great time. So today, settling back in, catching up here for a couple of days before my family and I go out to Arizona to watch some San Diego Padres spring training. If you know us, you know we're big baseball fans. So we're ditching school for the day and making a quick trip out there, which should be really fun. So you are catching me live in the middle of planes and flying from one place to the next. So happy to be here. I see Robin is here. Hello, San Antonio, Pampered Chef. So good to see you. I'm going to go ahead and share this video one more place. I think we should then be in all of the places. But if you're watching over on Facebook, make sure you come hang out with us inside our Modern Direct Seller Tribe, your spot to grow your direct sales biz, totally free group, lots of fun free training that we drop in there on the regular. And then also sharing this into our Modern Direct Seller Academy for our incredible Academy members that they're just rocking it. I have to say, we just wrapped up so much fun. Pretty much all of February, we were talking about Party Like It's 2025. And if you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, oh my gosh, it is still there waiting for you. You can very easily pop in and check out that training. We still have the deal where you can join for 15 and check out that training. There's 5 different trainings, 5 different strategies on how you can shake up your parties. But it's been a little bit of a wild month in direct sales. As I look back to February, lots of changes, lots of shifts. I feel like every conversation I've had lately has been around change. Anyone familiar with that? Just embracing change, feeling a little nervous about change, navigating change has been the topic of pretty much every conversation and definitely a theme of what we shared on our podcast over the last month in February. And we have one big event that's happening actually this week that I want to make sure that you are aware of. We are bringing in my amazing friend, Rachel Carey. She just has a tremendous background in HR and peopling and change management at like the corporate level on a large scale. And then also working with those of us that are more entrepreneurs, small businesses, solopreneurs. And we have put together an incredible workshop that's happening on Wednesday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, all around navigating change. And that can look like anything for you, whether you are changing companies, whether you're dealing with a company that maybe has made a comp plan change or a business structure change. It could just be navigating the day-to-day changes of what's happening in the world around us. So I really feel like this content is going to be relatable no matter where you sit, if you're feeling immediately, directly affected by the changes that are happening in direct sales, or if you're just kind of feeling it swirling around you and having a little bit of uneasiness or uncertainty. I just love everything Rachel brings to the table. And I probably, I'm sure that I could have put together content on my own for this topic, but I think bringing in somebody from the outside that literally deals with this kind of thing and has expertise in it day in and day out is going to be so incredibly powerful. So if you are in the academy, make sure you have marked your calendar for Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern for our Navigating Change workshop with Rachel. I've already put together a huge list of questions for her in anticipation of what we're covering. So even if you want to be a fly on the wall and you don't want to speak up and share exactly what you might have going on, we got you covered. I probably have that question on my list for you. So, and if you are listening right now thinking this is something I need, definitely come pop into the academy and join us. You can get started today, join us on Wednesday. It is all there for you. So along those lines, as many have been faced with change and kind of navigating maybe uncharted territories, things are feeling a little bit different, making some switches. A lot of the conversations I've had lately have been around why you need to build this personal brand, right? Like we know, you've probably heard people say that, trainers say like, have your own personal brand, and you're like, okay, I don't really know exactly what that means or what that looks like. So today I thought it would be helpful to talk about 3 different ways to build your personal brand on social, online, and then in person. And then also talk about why this matters for you, right? And I think those of you that might have seen some of the changes that have been happening that you've been impacted by, you realize that in times of change, especially as a direct seller, you are not necessarily defined by the company that you're aligned with. People are going to stick with you. They're going to follow you. They're going to support you because of that personal brand you've created. And obviously, when you're first starting out in direct sales, it's easy to share the company graphics and the company captions and the company branded material. But the content that you're putting out there that has your own face on it, that's in your own voice, that shares your personal stories is that content that people are going to really latch onto and think, oh, that's Robin Garcia. I know Robin. And yeah, I know Pampered Chef, but I know Robin, right? And so as we're thinking about building that personal brand, I want to dive into what that might look like for you, because I think that sometimes it sounds really hard, or it sounds really challenging, or it sounds like a lot of work to build a personal brand. So I want to give you some ideas of how to do that in a really authentic, easy way. So if by chance something happens and your company makes a change, that you're not just an extension of their brand that they've built, but you are your own personal brand that people know, like, trust, and continue to follow no matter what's happening over on the company side. Does that make sense? You guys with me on that? You hear from me on that? Okay, cool. Okay, so on social media, how do we do that on social, right? We put our face on our pictures. We go live. We create our own videos. We put captions into our own words and don't just do a copy paste job of what someone else has already put out there or what your company is telling you to create. So, the bare minimum when we're thinking about building our personal brand on social, of course, you're going to still talk about your products that you love, and you're going to still talk about the direct sales brand that you love, but it's going to be through your own lens. So rather than just grabbing that company created graphic, you're going to go kind of create it on your own. And one of the fun things with that is that maybe it doesn't look as polished. Like, let's just put it out there. These companies have incredible marketing departments. They do beautiful work for us. But when you get to actually put your own stamp on it, people know, like, oh, Stephanie created that. Hi, Stephanie, by the way. Right? And that's such a fun way for people to get to know you. It doesn't have to be as polished. It doesn't have to be put together by a graphic designer. It can be a little bit messy. It can be a little bit real, a little bit authentic. It can have a typo, right? Like, people want to see that it is actually you that is showing up and you sharing what you love, because that is what's going to get them excited about it, right? So it feels more real to them, more relatable when you're using your own photos, your own graphics, your own videos, your own captions as you're showing up on social. And then, of course, if you can, showing up with some video, right? Whether that's live video, short form video, you are putting yourself out there and building that brand. The other thing I'll say about social, and this is a little bit of a soapbox for me, if you've been hanging out here for a while, you've heard me say this time and time again, but I still see that it's such a challenge, is You got to get out of that Facebook group, right? I know Facebook groups were all the rage a few years ago, and you may have a loyal Facebook group of amazing customers that like shopping with you, but you're only going to be able to build that brand and connect with more people outside of that circle if you post publicly. So here's your friendly nudge today to go create your own content and share it publicly, because when it's public content, it is shareable. You can click that share button just like right now. If you love this video and you want your team to watch it, click the share button, right? It's shareable content, and it's also discoverable content. So there's a chance that somebody might get tagged in it, or somebody might see it somewhere else and they might find you that way. So when you're building that personal brand and you're spending time creating incredible content, yes, please go ahead and make that content public. Okay, second area that I want to talk about, building your personal brand off of social media. Because raise your hand if you're like, yeah, I'm on social media right now, but maybe it's not my favorite place to hang out. Right? I see you. I get you. Right? Like, it's great. We have an audience here. You might have been scrolling, stumbled upon this video. Glad you made it here. And it's important to kind of own that content beyond these social media platforms that we get to play on. So, a couple places that you might want to think about building your personal brand online. So, I am a big fan of Project Broadcast. I love text marketing. I think that's one of the fastest ways to open up direct conversations at scale with people that are following you, right? Or that you're following, you're connected with, right? We want to connect with people via text because 99% of those text messages on your phone are going to get opened. Whether they respond or not, that's their choice, but very different than social media where we're kind of leaving it to the algorithm. I know that I have thousands of followers here and we have a handful that are on today watching. Totally fine. I'm okay with that. And we know if I send a text to those people, it's more likely they're going to see that content and it's going to give me the opportunity to open up a dialogue with them, right? So text marketing is a great place to diversify beyond social media. Also, I love email marketing. I am a huge fan of email marketing. It is not old school. You don't have a 99% open rate, but it's another touch point that you can get in front of people. If 30% of your email list is opening your emails and seeing the great content that you're putting out there, that's another place that they're going to be able to connect with you beyond just hanging out with you on social. And a lot of you might say, well, yeah, but my company already does emails for me. They do, and that's great. Let's thank them for that. But here's the deal. Your customers want to hear from you. That's that personal brand, right? They want to hear from things in your voice. They want to hear what your favorite products for the month of March are, and what you're excited about doing this month, and what events you're going to be at, and what your family is up to, right? So as you're building that personal brand, it doesn't always have to be just business. And email is another place for you to connect directly with your customers and put things into your own voice. Not to mention, email subscribers are worth gold, literally. Compared to social followers, there's tons of research on this that an email subscriber is really going to pay off for you over the long haul. Once you build your list up big enough, you're going to be able to send an email and get an order. Magic, right? You don't have to go do that online party. You don't have to go chase people down and send a gazillion different messages to them. You can simply send an email and get some really good results from that. So, big fan of text marketing, email marketing, and of course, I am a big fan of Oh My Hi, which not only includes email marketing and a CRM, but it also gives you a website for you to build and showcase that personal brand. And I just think it's one of the coolest tools. I'm a little biased over here since it's our product, but I think it's such a great place that you can build out pages to talk about products that you love, that you can embed forms on those pages. You can use it as a place to centralize all of your links. So you're not sending people to Instagram to follow you and Facebook to follow you and send me a text over here. You can put everything in one place. Not to mention, it really just professionalizes your personal brand. It just takes it up a notch, right? They're like, oh, she's a real deal. She's got a real website out there. Okay, this is serious now, right? So another place online outside of social, that's a great place for you to connect, build relationships with your customers, share blog posts, pages, products, and really put it into your own voice with your own personal brand infused into that content. And of course, we're going to link out to your company website where people can actually shop. But this is kind of, it's your turf. That's where you get to hang out and carve out a little corner of the web to share what you're all about and build that personal brand. And then the last area that I just wanted to touch on real briefly is building your personal brand in person. I think sometimes we're like, we show up on social or we show up online in one way. And then when we're in person, it's like, it happens to me all the time. People are like, I see your videos. I don't really know. Like, what do you do? Like, how is your brand? Like, what's your business? Right? So being able to feel confident and comfortable talking about what you do when you're in person. Or maybe wearing a branded ball cap that has your company name on it, or a shirt that's like, ask me about this, or a tote bag, whatever it might be, that allows you to feel good about having conversations with people in person about your business, the personal brand that you're building. Okay, so last piece, and hey, Michelle, glad you're here. Lemongrass Spa in the house. I love it, love it, love it. I haven't been looking in all the groups, so there might be a few more of you on here. Oh yeah, I need someone to show me how to use Project Broadcast. Okay, we can totally help you with that. Yes, we can totally help you with that. Yeah, I love it. So good. So good. Oh, and Holly's here too. Pink Zebra in the house. You guys are all showing up. I love it. Okay, so a couple other just quickie things that I want to touch on, right? So this is where things kind of come full circle. So it's important to build our personal brand. I think we all agree on that, whether we feel good, confident, comfortable about that, or we're just stepping into it and we're just starting to create our own graphics. And then our next step is going to be a video. And then our next step is going to be stepping into text or email marketing. And then our next step is a website, right? We don't have to do it all at once like it is. It's step by step by step as we're building that personal brand. But once you've built that, you guys, this is where it gets exciting. No matter what happens with the direct sales brand you've aligned with, if you've built a personal brand, again, people are going to follow you. And by follow, I mean, they're going to support you. You have that know, like, trust factor with them. And we see it time and time again. If people make a shift or if they move to a different company or they do something different, right? Their customers will follow them there because they like them. So really thinking about how a personal brand is almost a way for you to really safeguard yourself against any kind of change that might be happening in the market, right? It's going to allow you to be able to pivot. It is going to allow you to be able to shift and share how your personal brand has evolved. So it's not that you're just an extension of your company and you're just that girl or that guy that's sharing this product or that product, but you're building your own brand. So no matter what direction you decide to go in the future, or what direction your company decides to go in the future, or any other brand that you're aligned with, that you've built this solid foundation and it's easy to make a pivot if you so choose to or are forced into. So with that said, 2 ways that I'd love to support you in this area. Number one, if you're interested in Oh My High and you want to step into email marketing, websites, all of that goodness, we are doing a demo in just about 40 minutes. We're going to be right back here. We're going to be on the Oh My High business page and we will share it into our Oh My High community. I'm going to be on talking about 5 reasons why I just think Oh My High is the next best thing in the world. And then Jeremy's also going to share a demo of the actual tool. So if you want a behind the scenes tour, if it's something you've been thinking about, something you're excited to check out, come back and join us at 10 o'clock today over on the Oh My High business page and check out all of the goodness that we have been doing behind the scenes, because there's a lot, especially if you haven't looked at it for a little while. There's some really cool stuff and new features that we've added. Number 2, if change is on your radar and you know this is an area that you need some extra support in, come hang out with us on Wednesday inside the Academy with Rachel Carey as we dive into navigating change. This is going to be an incredible workshop. I'm telling you, people pay top dollar to access Rachel and get her wisdom and expertise. And we are bringing her into the Academy. So you can pop in for just $15. You get everything in the Academy plus the change workshop. So if you are focused on those 2 things, working on building your personal brand, navigating change, excited about Oh My High, we got you covered. Thank you so much for being here today. Today's Make Money Monday just went a little bit longer. I had a lot to say today. Great to see everyone. Excited to be back with you next week. Same time, same place. Make Money Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. All right. And if you found this valuable, go share this with your team. I would appreciate it. Okay. Take care, everyone. See you later. Bye. Have a great Monday.